Emotional showdown. Gauff triumphs over best friend Pegula to claim Wuhan title. Broken Heart Trophy. Under the neon-lit roof of the Wuhan Tennis Center, two American flags wave side by side. One for Coco Gauff, the other for Jessica Pegula. But this wasn't just another tennis final. This was personal. The 2025 Wuhan Open final was billed as a battle between two generations of American greatness, Gauff, the rising superstar at just 21, and Pegula, the dependable veteran who had guided her through the emotional maze of the WTA circuit. Yet, when they walked out on the blue hard court that night, their eyes met not as friends, but as competitors ready to go to war. The air was heavy with the kind of tension that only true closeness can create. Every look, every swing, every breath carried both affection and rivalry. Pegula once said, "Coco's like a little sister to me." Now, that sister stood between her and a WTA 1000 crown. The match wasn't just for the title. It was for pride, for legacy, and for the bittersweet edge of friendship tested by ambition. Opening sparks. Gauff's blaze of youth. From the very first serve, Coco Gauff radiated electricity. Her footwork was lightning, her intensity almost volcanic. Each grunt echoed across the packed stands, blending with the rhythmic chants of Chinese fans who had fallen in love with her fearless energy. Gauff broke Pegula early to lead 3-1, firing forehands that seemed to defy physics. Her power was raw, emotional, and expressive, the kind of tennis that left no room for subtlety. Pegula, composed as ever, nodded after one blistering rally, acknowledging her opponent's brilliance. At 4-2, Gauff faced her first test, a long, grinding deuce game where Pegula's counterpunching began to bite. She worked Gauff side to side, slicing, redirecting, forcing the youngster to construct points rather than overpower them. But Gauff had matured since her early days of rushing for glory. She stayed patient, waited for her chance, and finished the point with a heavy inside-out forehand winner that brought the crowd to its feet. She clenched her fists and shouted, "Let's go!" Not just to the fans, but to herself. The first set ended 6-4 for Gauff, punctuated by an ace down the tee. She turned to her box, smiling slightly, but across the net, Pegula simply walked to her seat, taking a deep breath. She knew the story wasn't over. Pegula strikes back. Jessica Pegula is not the kind of player to unravel easily. She's built her reputation on resilience, the calm eye in the storm of tennis chaos. As the second set began, she shifted gears, moving from defense to precision offense. Her returns cut through Gauff's pace, and her deep, flat backhands found corners like guided missiles. Slowly, she began to dictate. At 2-1, Pegula broke serve after a long rally that showcased both players' determination. Gauff dove for a backhand, barely missed, and smiled ruefully, that rare mix of frustration and respect that defines true friendship. The rhythm of the match changed completely. Pegula began to dominate with controlled aggression, while Gauff's errors crept in, a few forehands over it, a couple of nervous double faults. By 5-2, Pegula was in full command. Her body language shifted, the calm confidence of a leader guiding the tempo of battle. She sealed the second set 6-2 with an elegant volley winner that drew cheers from even Gauff's fans. Then came the subtle moment. At the net, as they crossed the final set, Gauff gave her a tiny nod. Pegula responded with a half smile. Both knew the next hour would decide not just a champion, but who could bear to break the other's heart. Between friends and fighters, it's rare in professional tennis to find friendships as genuine as this one. Coco Gauff and Jessica Pegula's bond was forged not in victory, but in shared struggle. Long flights, locker room jokes, advice through tears after tough losses. When Gauff won the U.S. Open in 2023, Pegula was among the first to congratulate her publicly, calling her a beacon of inspiration. When Pegula battled injuries earlier in the 2025 season, Gauff dedicated a match win to her. Yet, in Wuhan, friendship was locked away for a few hours. The only truth was the ball, the court, and the will to win. As the third set began, both players raised their levels beyond logic. Rallies stretched into minutes. Pegula's shot tolerance and Gauff's speed created mesmerizing sequences. At 2-2, one rally reached 38 strokes. Gauff sprinting corner-corner, Pegula moving her like a chess grandmaster. Finally, Gauff flicked a backhand down the line. Winner. The stadium exploded. Pegula exhaled deeply, as if releasing emotion she'd been holding for years. Each point was a story. Of mentorship turned rivalry, of respect turned resistance. The turning point. At 3-3 in the final set, the crowd sensed a climax. Every cheer, every gasp, echoed off the Wuhan walls. Then came the game, the one people would talk about for years. Pegula, serving, faced 3 break points. Gauff attacked relentlessly, refusing to retreat. On the third, she ripped a return that grazed the line. Pegula didn't even chase it. Break. 4-3 Gauff. She screamed, dropping her racket for a moment, emotion flooding her face. Pegula turned away, adjusting her visor, hiding what looked like the faintest hint of tears. It was a symbolic shift. The student overtaking the teacher, the younger sister finally stepping out her mentor's shadow. But Pegula wasn't finished. In the next game, she produced her best tennis of the night, forcing Gauff into 2 errors and earning triple break point of her own. The crowd roared again, divided in loyalty but united in awe. Gauff steadied herself, took a deep breath, and unleashed 3 consecutive first serves over 115 miles per hour, all unreturnable. Then a fourth, an ace. Game Gauff. At 5-3, she could feel it. The title, the emotion, the weight of friendship colliding with glory. Match point. Tears and triumph. Pegula held to make it 5-4, prolonging the inevitable one last time. The applause was thunderous. As Gauff prepared to serve for the championship, she paused for a moment, eyes misting. This wasn't just another win. This was a test of heart. She looked across the net, her best friend, her role model, and whispered something to herself. Finish strong. The first point went Pegula's way, a stunning backhand winner that painted the baseline. The second, a tense rally that Gauff ended with a delicate drop shot. At 30-30, Gauff struck an ace. The crowd erupted, standing on their feet. Match point. Epilogue. Love beyond lines. When the lights finally dimmed over the Wuhan court and the crowd dispersed, the echoes of the match remained. The sound of rackets, of cheers, of hearts breaking and mending all at once. 2 friends walked off together, side by side, their laughter faintly audible despite the tears that had fallen hours earlier. No animosity, no bitterness, just mutual respect and shared history. Gauff had won the trophy, but both had won something deeper. The love of fans, the admiration of peers, and the legacy of showing that friendship and rivalry can beautifully coexist. As Pegula said in her final words of the night, we'll see each other soon, probably on the same side of the net next time. And with that, the Wuhan Open 2025 wasn't just a tournament. It became a love letter to the spirit of competition, written in sweat, tears, and friendship. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.